Hey everybody, CVH here, and in today's video, I'm revisiting Crusader. We're playing a mid-range deck today that you can see on the screen. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it was brought to my attention on stream earlier, actually, that people thought I was neglecting Crusader a little bit. And this isn't really, for any specific reason. I just had a lot of other decks that I wanted to experiment with post-Fall of the Dark Brotherhood. I know a lot of other people were experimenting with and having some moderate success with some mid-range and, even control Crusader decks. So I wanted to put my own spin on it, not too much different here. A lot of the cards are just good. We're just going to be curving out, beating some people up, and consider this my apology for not playing so much Crusader recently. I do try to have love for all the classes, so hopefully you guys enjoy. As always, feel free to like, leave a comment on your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more strategy videos if you do. Without further ado, here are some games with mid-range Crusader. Alright, let's see what we have for game 1. Got a scout. So people have been experimenting with a good amount of sleigh scouts. No clue what this is. I've been seeing less mid-range, but, no matter what it is, it doesn't affect our mulligan if these are the 3 cards we're offered. So really hoping we can find our way into a 2-drop for next turn. We do not, so he's gonna have no idea what's going on. Probably just play a more cool Gatekeeper next turn as a 4-2. At least we're not up against a class with Firebolt. So I'm going to lean toward it being traditional Ramp Scout until I see cards that would convince me otherwise. I think it's fine to just use Execute on this. And that one is a 2-drop that we would have really enjoyed having earlier. If we'd had that on 2, it would have punched for a good amount by now. We could East March Execute this turn. Unfortunately, just not the world we're living in, so let's just play the Protector and the Execute.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Under normal circumstances, I would think that I'd be a little bit weak to a Ring into Thorn Hist Mage play, but I think we're okay against that thanks to the Cloud Rust Illusionist. We could even really push damage here with Cloud Rest Execute and push to 7. Besides obviously being weak to a Prophecy, I do like the play a lot, because even if he removes or shackles things on the upcoming turn, we can double East March Crusader, which is pretty huge against Scout. It's like one of our ideal turn 6s. It's like a Jarl, except it's 2 bodies. So I think I'm just going to go for that. I think we can kind of stockpile all in this lane for now, and then reassess next turn depending on what he does. I think.
A little distraction might prove useful.
Execute has really diminishing returns in this matchup. Don't hit a Prophecy, so we're feeling pretty good about that. Giant Snake, of course, being one other good reason not to stockpile all in one lane. Less people are playing Giant Snake now. I don't think it's anything to say about the card quality. I just have noticed less people using the card. So let's do what we initially planned on doing. Nothing better has presented itself. East March Crusader is pretty powerful when it has an effect.
The Hist provides.
The forest is my strength and my courage.
So 3-2 easily goes into the 3-3, and I think we have to use another Cloud Rest Illusionist on yet another Thorn Hist Mage. We can then play one of our other cards. Rift Thane is going to have the highest attack value, so I think that's what I'm going to be going with.
A little distraction might prove useful.
Make sure I get this trade going in.
My power.
Again, no Prophecy, so we're happy about that. And I think I'm just going to Rift Thane in the left. Don't really see a reason it would be poor, except for maybe a Snaketooth Necklace. Yeah, let's play around the Snaketooth Necklace. Snaketooth Necklace or maybe Murkwater Witch being able to help the Ungolem trade. I am kind of concerned about Red Brahmin, but it's going to be dealing with at least 8 of my damage regardless.
I will push them back.
Saving grace being he hasn't played any copies of Thieves Guild Recruit, so we don't have to worry about a ring into turn 10, or 10 cost Odiving. Hopefully this means we don't have to worry about Red Brahmin
I lurk
either.
in the shadows.
Ooh, cringe.
What have we here?
Alright, that means we're not going to be seeing an incredibly powerful response to our board this turn. Worst case is probably ring into Giant Snake. Alright, that also works. That's one way to do it, I guess. I guess he doesn't have much. Got a mage this time. Maybe another slow deck. This gets firebolted, but everything in the deck gets firebolted essentially. Fearless Northlander gets executed, but everything else in the deck gets executed. Wow. Either he mulliganed very well or very poorly.
May you walk on warm sands.
Let's see what this means for us.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Alright. I think we might be in the clear. He probably has an execute, though. It's almost worth considering playing around with the Dawnstar Healer. I think we might.
As long as I draw breath.
Well, let's play the Dawnstar Healer. There we go. Fearless Northlander is basically there against aggro. It's very resilient, trades with a lot of things. Against Control Mage, less amazing, for sure. We have 6 attack on board and a Cloudrust Lugist in our hand. The play kinda makes itself.
A little distraction might prove useful.
As long as I draw breath.
We can start splitting the lanes this coming turn. He's probably going to remove something here. I want to make sure I can trade with whatever I need to. Split the lanes next turn into the potential ring into Immolating Blast turn. Could very well be Prophecy Heavy Control Mage. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Attack with the higher value one first. Right into a Prophecy. Because we're just that good.
As long as I draw breath.
It's rather interesting that he would kill the one that, yeah.
As long as I draw breath.
Well, I guess we will split the lanes and also play around Firestorm.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
He may have just taken 3 unnecessary damage there, but at least the Fearless Northlander is really good against Ice Storm. If he was planning on Ice Storming this turn, it's really good for me to have this Giant Northlander, which makes a lot of sense. It's probably one reason I should have mentioned before, to hold the Northlander into the Ice Storm turn. It's kind of a moot point if you get them on a turn where they can Ice Storm and play an Execute, but that wasn't the case this time. I think we kind of just want to start going for as much damage as possible. He hasn't really... Like, the one prophecy, the 2 prophecies we've seen so far, the one from the rune and the hand, they're just cards that you'd see in every single mage deck anyway, and I don't think Prophecy Control Mage is really the way to do it at the moment. For all I know, this could be something similar to what I was playing earlier, which, you know, runs a fair amount of prophecies, but nothing excessive. I don't really want to waste time being too careful here. I think we just go for damage this turn, Belligerent Giant the turn after that, use cards like Vigilante after that, try to close. I'm going to put this over here so we can't run it over, and I'm going to buff the 3-2 on that side so they trade evenly, so I can Belligerent Giant something else, but I'm not going to trade. I'm going to go face. It's risky, but I like it.
As long as I draw breath.
Alright, so he definitely kills my 5-2, but hopefully that means the Black Dragon dies as well. If not, then he's using removal, which means he's not developing a threat, which means we can just simply Belligerent Giant that thing back. Could always have the Ice Storm. We're not like super stoked about it or anything. Having drawn a 2-drop, I think I like the Vigilante into Rifthane. And just push face.
There's nowhere they can hide. The hunter becomes the hunted.
Mouse is doing something weird there for a second, but we're good now. Stay on the pad. Well, we didn't expect it to survive a whole lot longer anyway.
I will push them back.
You do it, Rifthane. We believe in you. So now we're looking for Golden Saints, Triumphant Jarls, East March Crusaders, more Vigilantes, but hopefully we get a little bit more pressure than that. Is he going face with this? Wow. Alright. Some way to protect the 4-1 would be nice if we can potentially attack with it the next turn. He's won the field lane. Quite likely that we get a play off this, so I'm going to go for it. Oh wow, that's very powerful here.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
We're all in on this lane, which means we're weak to a Dawn's Wrath. But I think it's worth it because if he has any other combination of cards that isn't Dawn's Wrath or Ice Storm, we're much, much more likely to win the game. We can't just let the Earthbone Spinner die for free. It's guaranteed to die in the other lane. At least this means he has to sacrifice his own board. Maybe the race plan is on hold for a bit. Missed on the ally, which is important. You ever just wish your opponent had one less life? The interesting thing about it is that we don't really have ways to deal that last damage consistently. But another disappointing thing is that he's going to be playing Manticore next turn. Can I ever just Giant now? I mean, obviously if he plays Manticore on the Giant, I can just Vigilante, Dawnbreaker in the other lane. If he replays it and already has a Firebolt, then I could get punished for this. He's already played one raw Firebolt, though. This does stay out of range of Lightning Bolt, so he needs the Manticore. I'm going to go for this.
There's nowhere they can hide.
Alright, no Prophecy. Starting off strong. So we know he didn't get the Firebolt off the ally. Lightning Bolt, Firebolt would be like the second best way to kill this, I guess, or third best after Manticore, then Javelin. There's a lot of ways to kill it, guys. But you know what he can't do is Marocket this turn. And if he just guards, we win. Unless it's 2 guards, then we don't win. Unless we draw well, then we win.
May the ancestors bless us.
Oh, what? God, execute? That's not helpful here.
Let none defile our temple.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
That went better than expected.
It has been an engaging hunt.
Oh geez, what's Petamax playing? Petamax, known for beating me a lot with Swindler's Market decks last season. Archer. I have to imagine it's Swindler's Market Archer, but I feel like he might have been playing some Unstoppable Rage shenanigans on me recently. Shipped to... I think the Black Dragon is really powerful in this matchup because of the Fighters, Guilds, and Sanctuary pets that it dodges. And it's really hard to remove a 5/5 as Archer without lethal. So I'm going to keep it with the Ring. Got a 2, got the Execute. Pretty versatile hand, I think.
May the Hist aid me.
May the fates smile on Khajiit.
Let's aggressively ring out this Bruma.
There's a plan. There's always a
Execute should deal with most of his ways to answer this. And we can start pushing early, which is good for our Cloud Rests. Excuse me, good for our East March. We also have Cloud Rest to help us trade. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I feel like it's Swindler's. I feel like it's Swindler's Market.
You won't foil my plan.
I'm not like an expert in the mid-range Crusader versus Swindler's Market matchup, but I'm pretty sure we just punch face a lot. As we are about to do.
You won't foil my plan.
Wait, it's not Swindler's Market. Wait, is it Swindler's Market? I actually don't think... Now that I'm thinking about it, they don't actually run a whole lot of actions. I don't think that version runs Smuggler's Hall. It does run... Pretty sure it runs Raiding Party and Close Call. I actually have no idea what I'm talking about, period.
The Dark Brotherhood is a hoax, and I shall cure it.
But you know what? We're gonna figure out what's going on.
A dark omen for you. Time to fight. Attack.
Did we just top deck Hive Defender against a lane with double Goblin Skulk? You know, I have to imagine that Nord Firebrand's there for the sole purpose of activating a Leaf Lurker effect. That's gonna get me. That is gonna get me. But maybe he's just pushing damage. Because I don't have anything to contest right now, and it is kind of out of the way. He knows if I execute, I have to target these. So maybe he just knows the Nord's going to be converted into a lot of damage. I think I have to play this Hive Defender.
I am death.
Alright, well, goodbye Withered Hand Cultists. You won't really be missed, even though I don't have a whole lot of actions. I'm just sometimes needing to play the ones I have. That does it. Oh, he already has another Nord in it, so he has 2 Nords or something like that. Yeah, double Nord into my 5 too. That's actually not that awful for me. That draw is... These are getting bad, man. These are just not great draws. So I'm going to play Cloud Rest and hope to get a favorable. At least these aren't searching for anything else. Yeah, this isn't Swindlers. I'm pretty sure it's just an aggro deck. Pretty sure it's just an aggro deck. Which I think we can respond to pretty easily. Well, not easily with this hand, but theoretically it's okay.
A little distraction might prove useful.
But my hand is clunky. An Underworld Vigilante in situations like this is just no Cliff Racer. Prophecy! Thinking it's aggro, guys. I'm thinking it's aggro. Oh, I'm thinking it's aggro. So I guess we use Jav over Vigilante on that one and take a favorable. And probably ring out this Protector as well.
Behold my power.
Protector in the left because that thing attacks for more than that.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
That answers the most damage, and if he plays another threat, we can Belligerent Giant. We're kind of relying on Dawnstar Healer and like another more Bruma Profiteers and Dawnstar Healers later.
They can hide.
Cringe, kinda. Wonder why on earth he didn't trade there first, but I still put this over here because the 4-1 is more important to deal with.
We'll see how they like
These two
someone
take
who
a trade, he
fights
doesn't
back.
develop any further, I think we're okay. Okay. So we have Vigilantes and Javelins for whatever he develops in the future.
As long as I draw breath.
Really need to find a Dawnstar Healer. If we find Dawnstar Healer, I think we're pretty much set to win.
They cannot hope to outwit me. Close ranks, let nothing through.
And Dawnstar Healer. Wonder how many prophecies he's playing. I don't think that many. We haven't really seen a theme. Just the more cool so far, and that's just a good aggro card. I don't want to put anything in this lane because it's not the damage that's coming in, it's the fact that he can heal as well. So I think I'm going to go for 9 to Dome. Assess situation after that, but I feel like I'm just going to Javelin.
Close ranks, let nothing through.
This should be safe. I think it should be safe. So the only thing that's not safe is me. Because a Cliff Racer kills me, but not if I do this. But I am kind of relying on the 9-4 surviving, but I think that's incredibly likely because we protected it with the guard from another Territorial Viper. Or Vigilante or whatever.
All too simple.
I could simply be dead still. It's a real thing. Not like this, man. No drain charge. No drain charge.
Honor and
Oh.
blood.
Well, I'm dead to it. I'm dead to it. While I play it.
A little distraction might prove useful.
Honor and blood. Close ranks, let nothing through.
Also better than expected.